Hi guys, my name is Anthony, and this is my submission for the NYX Face Awards. As you saw in the preview clip, I'm going to be doing half of my face in drag, and the other half is going to be covered in glitter and crystals and everything sparkly. Glitter and sequins and things like that are very much my aesthetic. I gravitate towards everything like that, so I decided that my makeup tutorial would include them. We're going to start out by pouring some liquid latex onto a tray, as well as adding some glitter and some beads and any other reflective material you can find. So this is what it's going to look like the next day when it's dry, and you wanted some scissors and cut it into tiny little pieces. And now we're going to move on to the actual makeup part. I'm covering my brows with a glue stick and powder method. There are many ways to cover your brows, but this is what I do. I apply a layer of glue stick and then some powder. I wipe off the excess and I repeat. I do around 2 or 3 layers. You want to make sure that the brow hairs are really covered and that they don't show through the makeup. After that, I take a yellow orangey color corrector and I cover my brows with that to make sure that no ashy gray tones pop through the makeup. After this is done, I'm taking the NYX Wonder Stick and I'm using the highlighting part to cover my brows as well as the darker shade to contour. I'm taking a blending sponge and I'm just making sure that's all blended in seamlessly, reminding you that I'm only doing half of my face in drag, so only this side needs to look perfect. The other side will be covered in cream makeup. I apply powder after all of that to set it in. Now we're moving on to the prosthetic side, on which we are applying a gray cream makeup. I'm using a kabuki brush that's a bit frayed. It has a bit of a texture, and you want to extend that all the way down to your arm, the back behind the ears, on the ear. And besides this gray color, I am also going to be applying a white color to give the face and the body a bit more dimension and a bit more texture. I'm going to be applying the white all over, but also focusing most of the white on the high points of my face to kind of highlight with this cream makeup as well. You're not going to be able to see a lot of this through the prosthetics, but I still like to have a nice base. When you have that done, we're going to start creating the lid shape that we want on the other side. You want to extend this product, which is just a green color corrector, above your natural lid. So you want to look straight into a mirror and look at where you want to create this new lid. I always extend it further into my nose as well as above, and near the end I like to bring it down. I'm going to set this with a NYX Prismatic Shadow in Mermaid. As you see there, the base really made the eyeshadow pop. And what I'm going to do is even further extend the lid. I wasn't pleased with how high it was, so you want to bring that almost up to my brow. I bring it up actually. And right now I'm applying the same cream white product into the inner corner to make that even brighter and pop some more. I'm using coordinating white shadows and the same NYX Prismatic Shadow in Mermaid to blend them together. After that, I'm going to start on the new crease. I'm using a deep blue shade. You just want to follow the same line, and then we are going to blend this out. If you don't like what you draw, you can just go in with the same shadow and perfect it later. I am applying the same cream white product above the brow to make a new brow bone. I'm going to be applying the same concealer I used and the same cream product until I am pleased with how the blend goes. You want to make sure that this is very well blended. Above this, I will be using some powder, some face powder, and then above that, a white matte eyeshadow. This Applying these two powders is going to help us blend the blue, which apparently I did not film me blending the blue, but this is what it's going to look like when you blend it. And you want to make sure to take that same darker blue eyeshadow underneath the eye. We're creating a new lower lash line. And I'm taking the same NYX Prismatic shadow and putting it above that new lower lash line shadow I created. Now I'm going in with black. You want to first go in with the blue and then the black because it's going to make your blend a lot more seamless. And the black is very necessary because it's going to make everything pop more. It's going to make it look more like a shadow. It's going to make everything look very graphic. And now I'm taking the same blue to blend the black into the cream colors. And after I take this blue, I'm going to take the same face powder to blend the face powder into the white color. Blending is a tedious process, but it's very necessary. It's what's going to make everything look very professional. After that, I'm going to be doing my brows, one of my favorite parts. I start more or less where my natural brow starts, but then I drag it way up and way down into a point. I like to do little brush hairs. And I start with this lighter color. It's a grayish brown color. And then I go in with a darker color later on. With brows, it's something that you want to practice a lot. It's not going to come out the first time you do it. I still have problems with it. It helps a lot when you have the other one as well. And the little brush strokes makes it look a lot more natural. After that, the same white product I've been using this whole time to clean underneath the brow and make it very sharp. And I'm just going to blend this in with my finger. And right now I'm going to start on the eyeliner. With the eyeliner, you want to cover almost all of your natural lid. And you want to extend the flick towards the end of the brow. And as you see there, I'm covering almost all of my natural lid. And as well, you want to extend the eyeliner inside, just like we did with creating a new inner corner. We're also creating a new inner lash line. It's going to elongate the eye and make it very cat-like. As you saw there, I got a little bit of transfer, but I'll fix that later. Once you apply black liner, you have to darken up everything around it. So I darkened up the crease a little bit more and underneath the eye, and as you can see here, I'm darkening up the brow in a type of ombre effect, making the ends darker. And here we're just using the same brush stroke type motion. Now I'm applying a white eyeliner underneath the eye to make it pop some more. And after that, I'm using a glitter liner. So that's going to catch the light and it's going to make it look very pretty. Now we're moving on to the prosthetic side. I learned this little trick from Ellie Mac's Special Effects Makeup. And I just cut some cardboard and I'm gluing it down to my face with liquid latex. Everything I will be gluing will be with liquid latex. It dries really quickly. Above that, I'm applying the same gray cream product as well as the white product to blend it into my face. I figured that this would help me blend the hairline of my wig as well as make a new shape to that side of my face. So as you see here, I'm applying the prosthetics. I try to glue the more gold tones together as well as the silver tones and the blue tones to kind of create a kind of blend between these prosthetics. I try to apply the silvery tones in the places where highlights would be, besides here where I'm using the golds to kind of make a brow detail. So I applied the gray tones above where the highlights would be, and I suggest that you do more of these prosthetics than what you think you actually need. I would have preferred to have more, so these gaps could have been filled. Right now I'm color correcting with a little bit of a yellowish tone to brighten up the face a bit more, and then I'm going in with a whiter tone to brighten it up even more. And I'm going in with my everyday foundation just as a neutral color to blend everything together. And after that, I set it with powder, and now I'm going in with a contour on my cheekbone and on my jaw. I had already done my temple in the beginning, and I will also be doing my nose. This tone is a bit too orangey for my liking, so I will be going in with a powder contour that's a bit more of a gray shade later to create more of a natural shadow. When contouring the nose, we want to go on the sides and we want to make the tip appear smaller and more pointed. So we use the cream and then we use a little bit of white highlight on the top of the nose, on the top of the lip, the top of the chin, the top of the cheekbone, and on top, well, not on top, on the center of the forehead. As well, we do it underneath the cheekbone to make that really sharp. Right now I'm applying that powder contour I had mentioned. You want to make sure to blend that in very well. And now I'm going in with some pink blush. I'm a huge fan of blush. I think it really brightens up the face. And after the blush, I'm going in with a highlighter in a very cool tone to go with all the cool tones in this makeup. We're applying the highlighter to all the high points of the face. Right now I'm applying the lashes. You want to, when you're applying your lash, you want to follow that same shape you did with your eyeliner, so put it in a slight angle. And after that, I'm applying some mascara to blend my natural lashes into the falsies. After that, I'm going to be doing the other eye. The other eye is going to be grays and coppers. It's going to be a bit of a sunken in type eye, and it's going to be extended out into a point. I'm using the same gray makeup I used earlier. So you can see there I'm applying it in what would be the socket as well as the lower lash line. I'm going in with that copper as well as a lighter shade in the inner corner. And I'm blending all of that together. I'm going to be doing the same eyeliner on the other side because I thought, well, if she did eyeliner on one side, why wouldn't she do it on the other? I am also going to apply lashes on this side, as well as the same glitter liner and the same white eyeliner on the lower waterline. I wish I would close my mouth, but apparently that's impossible. After that, I will be taking 2 liquid lipsticks, a more natural type shade for the left side. I like to overdraw my lips since I don't have very thick lips. And a liquid lipstick is good for this since it dries matte, and drying matte will help the overdraw look more natural. On the other side, I will be applying a brown shade, and above this brown shade, I will be applying some copper glitter. As well, this copper glitter will be applied to the lid. And after that, the look is pretty much done. You could do any last finishing touches. I applied a wig and some accessories. I had a blast making this look. I've learned a lot of makeup through YouTube, so it was good for a first time to be part of that educational process. So I had a blast. I hope you enjoyed it, and this is the finished look.